Let me just put you down. Now then, YouTube, it's been a minute. I wanted to do this video because we get a lot of questions asked which are essentially the same question every single day on social media. So I wanted to do a piece of longer form content with our 10 or 15 most commonly asked questions, just that people can watch prior to ordering, and that will hopefully preemptively answer a few of your questions. So, if you're new to the page and you want to know what the hell a GymPin is, so we invented the GymPin in 2020 as a way to add more weight to the stack. I was doing an adductor machine and I was doing like 30-40 reps with the stack, and it just simply was not challenging anymore. So we prototyped the first GymPin, and then we started to think, well, how can we, are there people around the world who would need something similar to this? And we thought, well, let's find out. So that was 5 years ago. The last count was we shipped to 60 countries around the world. And we've been enjoying every minute of it. 5 minutes has gone by like that, and we're very looking forward to the next 5 years. So, some of our most commonly asked questions. The KingPin. Does the KingPin come in 10mm? No, it does not. The reason why. The KingPin was brought out to be our longest and strongest pin, right? So, originally we brought out the GymPin. The GymPin was the first product we brought out. There's 6 inches of loadable space. And we brought it out and people loved it for a while. And then we started to get messages saying, can you bring out a longer version specifically for heavy adductor loading? So we thought, yep, we can. And that's why the KingPin was born. So the KingPin is 8 inches of loadable space versus the KingPin, which is 6 inches of loadable space. And the whole point of the KingPin was for heavy adductor loadings. This is for the big boys primarily. However, we have seen a lot of guys and girls load the KingPin on different exercises other than just the adductor. But we always like to start with the end in mind. So the KingPin was brought out to live a hard life. It was going to be loaded heavy. It was going to have to take a lot of abuse. And as such, we needed the pin to be as strong as possible. So that is why the KingPin only comes in 10mm. If you bought it in 8mm, it simply would not be strong enough. If you need an 8mm pin, the longest is the 8mm GymPin. The mini pin and the GymPin both come in 8mm, whereas the KingPin is only in 10mm, guys. So I hope that helps. The end caps don't come off the plate loader machines. What do I do? So this is referring to our internal machine extenders. The internal machine extenders, as the name suggests, are designed to fit internally inside a machine, and then you can add more plates to that machine. So if you go on the website, you go on the product description, you will see that they are specifically designed for hammer strength machines. So the hammer strength machines have a very, very good, they're very nice pieces of equipment. However, the resistance profile sometimes means they're a little bit light. Our customers tend to be IFBB pros and some of the strongest athletes in the world, and they max out these machines without any issue at all. So we brought out the internal machine extenders. But if the end caps don't come off, then you need to look at our external machine extenders. So I'll go and get you a pair now. So if you have a machine where the end caps don't come off and you can't fit the internal machine extenders in, this is why we brought out our external machine extenders, okay? So a very different product to the internal machine extenders. The internal machine extenders are made from a single piece of aluminium, whereas the external machine extenders are made from a couple of pieces of steel, which are then welded together and finished off. Now, again, as the name suggests, we've been clever with the names. The internal machine extenders fit internally into the machine. The external machine extenders fit externally in the machine. So if you've got any leg press or hack squat or anything like that which has a cap on the end or a closed end to the plate loader machine, the external machine extenders are the ones that you're going to need. So these are made in the UK. We have a fabricator in-house who makes these. They come in a textured black finish. Okay, next question. So the difference between the Lite and the Pro D handlebar. So the Lite and the Pro D handlebar. Okay, so the Lite and the Pro D handlebar then. So let's have a look at the ends of those. The Lite bar is our more budget-friendly version. So it is made from a laser-cut piece of steel. The ends are not rounded, they are 90 degrees. And it's just more of a budget-friendly cable attachment. The Pro range are the more premium product. So the Pro range, as you can see, they have chamfered edges. The Lite range is made from 8mm steel, whereas the Pro range is all made from 10mm steel. So the Pro range is slightly stronger. It's just more finishing processes, more labour, more cost goes into making the Pro range, so that's why the price is more. The Pro range has, like I say, chamfered edges, all the holes are smooth, made from 10mm steel, again, machined from a single piece of steel. Both of them come in both a textured black finish or raw stainless steel, which is absolutely gorgeous. So this version I've got here is the Pro Holy Bar range in 30 inch. So they both come in 20 inch and 30 inch to suit folks of different sizes, you know. But that's the difference really. The 8mm is slightly thinner, so it's slightly weaker. The Pro is still slightly made from slightly thicker material, so it's slightly stronger. It's just got more finishing processes that go into it. So we rate the Pro range to 150 kilos, and we rate the light range to 100 kilos. However, that doesn't mean that people haven't gone over that. If you scroll on our Instagram, you will see that there are some people who are throwing around like 7 or 8 plates on the Holy T-bar row. So, do we ship worldwide? Yes, we ship worldwide, guys. Come on, that's an easy one. Can you use the GymPin or the KingPin for incremental loading? Yes, absolutely. So, again, if we go back to the previous question about the KingPin, we brought out the KingPin for heavy adductor loading primarily, and then people said, "Oh, I want a shorter GymPin," which is why we brought out the Mini Pin. So the Mini Pin is the same construction as the GymPin and the KingPin, so it's very, very strong. However, it has 3 inches of loadable space, whereas the GymPin has 6 inches of loadable space. Now, the reason why we brought out the smaller Mini Pin version is because you know, when you're on a machine and it's getting you're working your way down the stack. Maybe on something like a single joint movement, like a bicep curl or a tricep extension, you're working your way down the stack, and maybe you can do 8 to 10 reps with a certain weight, and when you put the pin down, you can't move it at all. So the Mini Pin is designed to help you overcome that hurdle. So you put the Mini Pin in, you put an incremental plate on, like a 1.25 or a 2.5 kilo plate, and then it allows you to keep progressively overloading in your desired rep range. So that was why I brought the Mini Pin out. Can you use it on the GymPin? Yeah, absolutely you can. Can you use it on the KingPin? Yeah, absolutely you can. The weight of them all, I know someone's going to ask. The Mini Pin weigh about 500 grams, the GymPin weigh about 800 grams, and the KingPin weighs about 1.1 kilos. So in their own right, they can be used as add-on weights, although that's originally why we brought the Mini Pin out, for incremental weight adding. The strength of the Mini Pin, as I've just mentioned, they're all manufactured in the same way. The GymPin and the KingPin, or the GymPin and the Mini Pin, come in with 8mm and 10mm. It's the size that's the limiting factor. So you should be able to fit a plate on the Mini Pin. If you're using thicker bumper plates, you might not be able to fit a plate on, but you can certainly handle more than just a plate. It's just the actual getting the plates on the Mini Pin which is going to be the limiting factor. Next question is, what's the difference between the raw and the polished finish? So I don't think I've got a polished one with me, but the raw finish is a new release of ours. That is a mottled raw aluminium finish. So it goes through our machine in there, and it just gives a nice dull finish, which I think looks really, really cool. Whereas the polish, they're all polished by hand in the drills behind me and there. They're all polished by hand. If you go on our TikTok, you'll see the videos of me videoing the lads polishing them by hand. So the reason why they're polished is because we really wanted them to have that wow factor when they came out of the box, and they really do. We're very, very happy with how they turned out. So tricep ropes, which one to buy? So if you've been on the website, you'll see that we have 3 tricep ropes at the minute. We have our 1.4 meter double length tricep ropes, we have our ergo ropes, and then we have our white HD ropes. So the reason why we brought those out, I don't know about you, but if you're ever in a gym and you've got those shorter tricep ropes, when you're trying to do tricep push downs or tricep extensions, you find yourself always internally rotated like that. And you can't really flex the tricep, you can't extend and contract the elbow. And again, if you're doing overhead work, it can put you in all sorts of positions which aren't particularly comfortable. So that's why we wanted to bring out the double length tricep rope. And everyone's done the double length tricep rope trick, whereby you get 2 and you loop them through like that. So we brought out a 1.4 meter tricep rope. The ergo handles have an ergonomic handle on the end, and the end is rounded to that soft bit of your hand there, so it means when you are contracting the tricep, you can really push hard into that. They're absolutely sick. And then the HD ropes, that's the partnership with HD Gym Equipment, who are some friends of ours. And HD Gym Equipment, they have loops on the end, which means that rather than holding the the tricep ropes like that. You can also hold them like that, which is nice. So you can just pronate your hands ever so slightly rather than using a neutral grip. And again, they're about 1.5 meters long. Which one's the one to go for? If your budget will stretch to it, I really like the ergo ropes. We've got 2 pairs of the ergo ropes in the gym that I go to, and I can never get hold of them because all the members are using them. So that's just how popular they are. They're a very, very popular product for us. So next question then. How long is the seat belt? So the seat belt is one of our best sellers, and for good reason. If you're looking for a way to level up your leg days, go and get yourself a seat belt. It's a very, very cheap and simple way to get the absolute most out of your seated leg extensions and seated hamstring curls and even seated dips. So what you may find, or what you will find if you've been strength training long enough, is that as you are progressing the weight down the stack, actually maintaining body position will be the limiting factor, or can be a limiting factor in continuing progress, because actually holding yourself in position becomes very, very difficult as the weight of the stack gets greater and greater. The seat belt then solves that problem. Get it cranked around the base of the seat, get it cranked tight, and it will absolutely concrete your hips in place, meaning you can just focus on contracting the quads or hamstrings if you're doing a hamstring curl. So how long are they? They are one size fits all. They're 1.7 meters long. We're yet to find a machine where that isn't sufficient to go all the way around your hips and then crank it tight. So the 1.7 meters long and the one size fits all. And once you've done the set, fold it up like that and keep it in your gym bag. They're a fantastic, fantastic addition to any gym bag. If I leave my gym bag at home and I'm training legs, I really, really miss it. I really do. The question that makes up about 40% of our social media engagement: what size do I need? What size do you need? As I've already said, the 8mm and the GymPin and the Mini Pin come in both 8mm and 10mm. Okay. So what size do you need? How do you know? So on the website, we've put a brand guide. So you've got the brands on the left and the sizes on the right. So if you know what brand you're using, you can just buy the correct one. A couple of brands: Matrix, Precore, Life Fitness. Matrix have used both 8 and 10mm at different stages during their life. Precore have done the same thing and used both 8 and 10mm diameter pins at different points during their life. Life Fitness, the majority of Life Fitness machines is a 10mm pin. However, the Life Fitness Insignia range uses an 8mm pin. If you're not sure which machines you're using, then please just Google Life Fitness Insignia range, and if that's what you're using in the gym, then go for an 8mm version. If you're using some sort of random brand that isn't on there, with Drax, War Strength, Bolt, any of these, if you can measure the diameter of the pin which goes in the stack, so measure the width of the pin which goes into the machine's stack, that will tell you what size to buy. So the machine's pin should be either 8mm or 10mm, and that will then tell you which size to buy. So I hope that helps. You're always welcome to drop me a comment, drop me a DM, and we'll endeavour to get back to you and hopefully make a video replying to your comment to help everybody out. The GymLeo GymPin. So the GymLeo GymPin, we're going to call it the bent one. The GymLeo GymPin is on its way. It'll be out very, very soon. We've just been making a few final touches. We then need to get some pictures for the website and then it'll be out. So we're hoping 1, maybe 2 weeks. And the safety squat bars. So the safety squat bars are what we've made to turn a barbell squat into a safety bar squat. And that, again, they're very, very shortly. So we're hoping to get them out by probably the end of July. There's a bit of prototyping to do. We're going to get them out by the end of July. So next question, how many plates can you fit on the GymPin and the KingPin? Okay, so as I've already said, the GymPin is 6 inches of loadable space, the KingPin is 8 inches of loadable space. It all really depends on how thick your plates are. We're comfortable in saying that you should be able to fit 3 plates on the GymPin and then 4 plates on the KingPin. However, there are people who have fitted more to them. That's the basic. Those are the basic things we tell people, is that 3 on the GymPin, 4 on the KingPin and 1 on the Mini Pin. Okay, so next question, are we looking to add to our athlete team? Yes, we are, guys. We're always looking to add to our athlete team. We always love working with people all over the world. So if you want your own personalised GymPin affiliate code, head to the website and sign up under partners and then affiliates. If you need your code changing, please give us a DM and we'll make that happen. Okay guys, so that wraps it up. Those are some of the most frequently asked questions we get on our social media. I do enjoy making longer form content for you guys. It's something that I've been meaning to do more and more of, and I will continue to do so. Comment below what you want to see. Give us some ideas for some longer form videos. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok, and so please subscribe to the YouTube channel, because it means that we're moving. It tells us that we're moving in the right direction. And yeah, and I'll look forward to speaking to you guys on the next one.